Governor Greg Gianforte touted the property tax bills that he signed after last year's legislative session as a tax cut for the majority of Montana homeowners. But there's still a chance that some of the eligible property owners won't receive those benefits unless they make sure to get registered.
We just want to encourage folks to sign up at homestead.mt.gov by March 1st. Again, if you sign up, you're going to see lower property taxes.
House Bill 231 and Senate Bill 542 set up a whole new property tax rate structure, including, starting this year, homestead rates. If a Montana resident lives in their home at least 7 months of the year, that home will qualify for lower tax rates, as will rental properties if they're rented at least a month at a time for 7 months a year. But properties that aren't eligible, or those that fail to register, will see their rates increase. The Montana Department of Revenue says about 230,000 primary residences were already enrolled for homestead rates because their owners applied for and received property tax rebates last year. Another 10,300 people have registered their primary residences since then. There have also been about 13,500 signing up for lower rates on long-term rentals.
We've exceeded our estimate in terms of people registering for the primary homestead exemption. And we're well along in terms of the long-term rental application, but down compared to the primary homestead.
If you've moved to a new primary residence since last year, you'll need to apply again. If you didn't get a rebate, you'll also need to sign up. You can find out if your property is registered on the Department of Revenue's website.
We have lots of FAQs on our website. We have the call center and our 30 offices around the state where people are well prepared to answer people's questions.
There's been a split over the property tax legislation within the Republican Party. Opponents of the legislation presented at last week's GOP winter kickoff, and 3 Republican lawmakers filed a lawsuit seeking to strike it down. I asked Gianforte about those reactions.
We typically don't comment on lawsuits, but I will say if this lawsuit prevails, property taxes are going to go up for 80% of Montana homeowners, and that's not a good outcome.
If you're not signed up for the homestead rate by March 1st, that means it won't help you on this year's taxes. You can still apply later, but the earliest you'd be able to get that rate would be 2027. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.